Hello everyone, today I'm going to make some gluten-free baked chicken legs. The first ingredient I'm going to use are some liquid egg whites, and I usually use whole eggs for this part of the process, but I read online that you can use just egg whites, and because I had this left over, I don't want it to spoil, I thought I would use it instead of whole eggs today. In addition, I have some almond flour from the grocery store. Put that in a dish. I'm not going to season the chicken directly. I'm going to season the almond flour. So I'm going to use some ground black pepper to start. And some garlic salt. I'm also going to use some oregano. I would use Italian seasoning instead of oregano, but I seem to have a lot of this left over. I went ahead and lined a 12 by 17 cookie sheet with tin foil with the dull side up. The dull side is the non-stick side, so when the chicken comes out of the oven, it won't stick to the tin foil. As an added assurance that the chicken won't stick, I am going to use olive oil spray to coat a light coating on the cookie sheet. I went ahead and I washed off the chicken legs I'm going to be preparing. And first, you want to dip it in the egg white. You want to roll it around in there. Now, I have heard people say that they dip their chicken in flour first, or whatever the grain is that you're using to cook the chicken. However, I've never done it that way. This is the first time I'm trying this way with the egg whites. And then I switch hands because I have a wet hand and a dry hand. And I'm just going to roll that chicken in that flour. The reason you want to have a dry hand is because if you get the flour wet, it doesn't stick to the chicken as well and it gets all globbed up. So you can see how I coated everything nicely. And I'm going to just place a piece right on that tray. And I'll continue doing this for the rest of the chicken. And you'll see how I alternate the pieces so that they'll all fit on the tray. After I rolled all of the chicken in the egg whites and the almond flour and seasoning, I'll put it in the oven for approximately 45 minutes. And again, the oven is preheated to 400 degrees. I also have a bowl of fresh sweet potatoes here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke holes with a fork in them, coat them with some olive oil, and wrap them in some tin foil. And then I'm going to bake them alongside the chicken for approximately 45 minutes at 400 degrees as well. Once again, when you are preparing your sweet potatoes, you want to wrap them in the foil with the dull side around the potato and the shiny side outward. That way the potato doesn't stick to the tin foil once it's baked and you pull it out of the oven. These potatoes were small enough to fit in a small Pyrex baking dish that I have. Otherwise, I would have put them side by side on a small cookie sheet. I also picked up a pack of corn, and I'm going to boil these in a pot. This is the type of meal that makes great leftovers for lunch or even packed for a picnic.